I know that term from the rap world, like based, but I didn't know what based means, but I've heard it used a bunch of times, and it's always a positive. Based is all about being yourself and not caring about what anybody else thinks. I don't care, I'm based.
Petty for president, racing and leveraging, facing competitors. I'm not the regular petty for president. You are not ready yet, serving, I represent. Trust me with all respect, petty for president. Moving protected, yes, no losing delegates. Seats in my homies, man's petty for president. Black be my leather, yes, no speech impediment. TV like Letterman, petty on podium, powerful president.
Clap track. All right, we are live. Welcome to Base Talk or Degenerate Something or whatever the fuck it is. A new but old continuation podcast with myself, Lord Petty, and the wonderful Emily Wilson, Miss Emilysavesamerica. One of the most, I don't know, what would you call it? You kind of popped off this week.
I did. I went viral for the first time. So, what can I say?
Yeah, they're calling you the pick-me's of all pick-me's. How do you feel about that?
You know what's so funny? We're allowed to cuss on this, right? Or should I try to keep it to a bare minimum?
Nah, fuck it. We're keeping it raw.
All right, tight. My favorite part is, like, it's all guys being like, we must protect this unicorn at all costs. And then, like, every girl's like, pick me. And then you go to her profile, and it's just, like, her butthole in every photo. It's like, okay, so I'm doing a rant with no makeup on, fully clothed, but yet you're not a pick me when you're, like, literally begging for attention and wish you had followers. Sounds good. Once again, no one over a 5 has ever came for me.
Yeah, and Jade just laughed. We have a guest starring Jade in the background there.
So rude.
Yeah. Hi, Jade.
Hey, babe. You can find her tagged in all my photos. Don't worry. It's not hard to find her.
Yeah, I feel somewhat responsible for this friendship, or were you guys friends beforehand?
Responsible for this friendship.
I feel honored. I feel very honored.
This is Waffles Wilson in the house. He's a retard, and he's not trained, and he barks nonstop. So that's what we're dealing with. I'm like her housewife.
I heard the funniest joke the other day. Do you know who Hans Kim is?
No.
He's a comedian in Austin. I met him in Seattle. He's actually really big now, but he had a joke. He said that he likes Texas because you can say the word retard, you just can't abort one.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You should
it's
have
really
a fair
good.
pass, even if you're religious. I mean, if my kid had anything wrong with them, even if I saw they were short, I would still consider that abortion real fast.
You would abort a short. What if it was a girl? Would you care?
No, if she's a girl, she's fine. If it's a guy,
wow. So if the doctor, so let's say you're pregnant. Let's say you meet your Persian man of your dreams or whatever. You get knocked up.
Already have to continue.
You get, and you're, whatever month's pregnant, and they say your son is going to be 5'3" for the rest of his life. What are you doing?
Oh, I mean, he's gonna have to just work 10 times harder and make just 10. He's gonna have to be a billionaire. There's no other fair solution to that. I'm just gonna bully him his entire life, and then he's just gonna become extremely wealthy.
That's fair. I wanted to talk about, you were saying about how the women, I kind of want to backtrack, circle back here. So you're saying all the girls are coming after you saying, oh, pick me this, yada, yada. But then how all the guys are saying, oh, we must protect her because it is such a rare thing to hear. It's just kind of funny how quick you can pop off if you're a woman and you're speaking logic. Like, what does that say to you?
Well, yeah, it means there's literally so many females on the internet. And literally none of them are saying anything logical. With that said, when people interview girls, they usually pick like the bottom barrel. Like when you see, fresh and fit, it's like these girls literally look like they work at strip clubs. So you're kind of studying, like they do. They're literally ghetto. Right. Trash. They're fucking gross. They even talk slow. They're like, they literally don't even know. They're like, what's a country? They have no idea what's going on. So to be fair, I think that's fucked up because a lot of my friends are really smart, educated, and really attractive girls. But it's like, I mean, I'm not surprised. It's girls. Also, the girls are so dumb. They're missing the whole part of the video. I'm talking about feminism. You guys want to be equal, but then you don't want to have equal standards. And every girl's like, she's totally missing the point. It's like, no, retard, you're literally missing my point. It's not a fair standard because the amount of women that are making like over six figures is a crazy low statistic. And it's also significantly like, I think, harder for us because it's like, how many jobs are we going into? Because we go into stupid jobs that don't pay well, that we're going into like fashion and fucking shit like that. And it doesn't pay well. So they're honestly so dumb. They're kind of missing the point anyways. But also it's like, what do you expect? There was one woman though. She was like, I make seven figures. And I looked at her and I was like, you live in a trailer and have 4 teeth. What is happening here? What are you saying, woman? Shut up.
I think it's a weird double standard where if a woman says some shit that might align with the male perspective, like you did in that video, they say, oh, she's a pick me, you know, oh, fuck this bitch, yada yada. But then these same women that'll say that about you, if they'll just see some simp ass guy that's, you know, wifing up some bitch with 3 kids from 3 other dudes who's been stringing him along for 10 years, they'll be like, oh, that is a real, like if a man completely conforms to the female narrative, that's a quote real man. But then if you as a woman say anything that kind of veers off of the feminine narrative, like, or like the feminist narrative that is, then you start getting called derogatory things for kind of trying to see the other side, you know?
Yeah, they're supporting a like fucking cucked man that's like one that like basically is a woman, but yet you're getting mad at me when like first of all, it's like I could go back and do that same video and literally just pull all statistics and do it that way. But like, that's not fun. But the thing is like every single guy was like, yeah, thank you. Because the whole point in that video was every single time I watch every girl get interviewed, every single one. I'm not just talking about one podcast. I'm talking about on the street, New York, LA, everywhere in between. They literally ask girls, what does a guy have to make for you to be with them? Every single one says 6 to 7 figures. And I'm like, your standards are too high. You have to lower them to be able to not be disappointed in the long run. And also, like, no offense, like, you want a guy to make 6 figures. What the fuck do you bring to the table? Because if I was a guy making 7 figures, I would only date models. Sorry, not gonna date your fat ass. And you have a shitty personality on top of it. Shut the fuck up. Sincerely.
Yeah, I think I think movies have really fucked guys up, and songs, and just all this media has completely brainwashed men where they think they need to behave in a certain way. And what that's caused is women to get away with treating them like absolute shit. And then that just kind of becomes the norm. So now we have this cycle of women that act terrible because they can get away with it. I don't fault them. I mean, if I could just walk around and be the biggest dirtbag in the world and still get bitches, I would. I kind of try to do that anyways. But if I were a woman, if I could just be some rude fat bitch and still have guys, you know, cleaning my car for me, why wouldn't I do that? Because it's so prevalent.
Basically, you just wish you were me. It's, you know, it's so funny. Before I had a boyfriend, I was like, bro, I treat guys like shit, and they love it. Which, first of all, means they need therapy and they need to work on shit. But with that said, also the guy I date now is the epitome of like, look at the way like I walk around, I treat everyone. I'm like, I would never ever speak to him the way I speak to other people, because he's the definition of a not cuss man, and he's a fucking man and sets standards. And it's like, men aren't really supposed to be like kind. Like, women are supposed to be like angelic and sweet and kind and bring the mood up and all these things. Women are supposed to do that. Men are supposed to be masculine and strong. And yeah, you can be funny and you're supposed to be a good person, but you're not supposed to be like some fucking cucked person you can like walk all over. And that's the thing. Like, my boyfriend checks the fuck out of me and I'm scared of him. There's a level of respect there, which is like, I'm a very intense personality, so it takes being with someone who is very secure and masculine, like he is, you know what I mean? Like, no, anyone else, I would just walk all over. I would destroy them, as I have. And
is that just a huge turnoff for you after a while? Obviously, like, if do you kind of just shit test? Do you run dudes through the ringer? Do you kind of see what you can get away with? And if you
Yeah, before him, I would do things where it was like comical. I would do things just to screenshot them, just to send to my friends to laugh, to be like, dude, I can literally get away with this. I would literally just be like, Venmo me money, retard.
And is that common? Is that very common?
Yeah, it's like literally everyone.
So, because I just always kind of wonder, you know, you're female, so you deal with dudes. So is that I guess, is that rare, or is that just kind of the standard guy?
The shittier I treated guys, the more I got, and it was very rare. Literally, the worse I was, the more they liked it, which just proves like
That is weird.
we both have shit wrong with us, because that's not healthy. No respectable man would let a female treat them the way I did.
Well, I have that. In my book, self-plug there, in my book, I have a chapter where I write about the male slut, basically the slut dynamic between men and women, how for a woman's a slut if she just puts out for absolutely nothing. You know, she goes out and gets dick down at the club, yada, yada. And so a guy is a slut if he lets himself get treated like that, if he's, you know, over there scrubbing her toilet after Chad just fucked her and took a dump in it. And then, you know, he shows up, he's cleaning the toilet or whatnot. So that's interesting.
I mean, yeah, like I said, it's also just like, I don't think being being nice to me walked all over. Like, it's not a masculine trait. It's not a good thing to do. It's like, you need to like establish boundaries. You need to establish respect. And I think that's the only way like men and women can have like a healthy relationship. Like, and also like you're talking about like sex, like anything not masculine to me is like the biggest turnoff like ever. It's,
So,
you know what I mean?
So if a guy's like, hey, put something up my ass.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Wow.
Who's doing that?
Is that what
I
you
don't
did?
know. Not me. No, not at all. But I've had plenty of girls ask me that, though. And it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of fucking gross freaks out there, and I swear to God, the more, you know what's I feel like liberals have the craziest sex, because like the uglier people are, this is true, the uglier women are, the crazier they are in bed,
The more they'll do as well.
because they'll do more.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I don't know. Like, I would literally rather
I won't
go
do
home and touch
shit.
myself than sleep with a chick under a 7. I can't do it. I want to let.
Aiming a
What's
little
that?
high here. Oh, 7?
No, I'm saying like anything below a 7, I just won't. I will literally have no interest. It's always good to have those friends that'll fuck anything though, because I can't tell you how many times I've met a pretty girl, then she just has some fucking troglodyte with her that's like, let's go home. That's just super annoyed if you're talking to the pretty
that
one.
meme that's like, you want to buy you a drink? It's like, she's not interested. It's like literally some
Yeah.
fucking obese chick. That's like literally the most accurate meme. And also, I don't trust girls who hang out with ugly girls. That means they're fucking insecure and they probably suck.
What? Okay. How is okay? You just opened up a whole can of worms right there.
Pandora's box, eh?
So do girls pretty much judge other girls the same way guys do? Are you guys just as harsh on these? Are you like, I'm not hanging out with this troglodyte. She's gonna bring me down. I'm not gonna get allowed into places hanging out with her.
We've talked about this in depth, because we were saying how you can, ironically, they seem to kind of get it and be nicer, and you're more acquainted to the same lifestyle on the same level.
Yeah.
So it's like, and like we have like really good girl code with each other, but like she kind of gets it, whereas like the uglier friends I've had are all the fucking shadiest ones. They'll like,
The ones who've walked over me have been like, yeah, that.
yeah, like, cause you, like, that's not, like, mine have, like, you know, like, try to, like, fuck my boyfriends,
Yeah, same.
and they get jealous, and they're insecure, whereas, like, when I'm with hot girls, they're just on my level. Like, we don't compete, we know everywhere we go, we're gonna be treated well, because we're both bringing at least beauty to the table. So, you know what I mean? I don't trust ugly girls, and I don't want an ugly girl to make me look better, because I'm not insecure. I only hang out with pretty girls. Because I can trust them.
Speaking of pretty girls, let's talk about some current events. Did you see the Sam Smith Grammys thing? What?
Uh-oh, Rodney.
Rodney.
What? You're still there?
Okay, we got you. You're back.
Speaking of what?
I said, speaking of pretty girls, Sam Smith at the Grammys. Did you see it?
Oh my God. I didn't watch the Grammys, by the way. I just got play-by-plays by one of my friends who are watching, because I can't watch that shit.
I just have
Yeah,
to
neither do I. And the only reason, honestly, I wanted to bring it up, like I pretty much knew you didn't watch it, is because I want to shit on some conservatives. And you're my favorite person to shit on conservatives with, because you understand where they're coming from, but you also see the holes in it, which is how we bonded. They just keep falling for it. They don't realize that these Hollywood producers are literally like, okay, well, what's going to get these people all riled up so they'll tweet about it and it'll be free promotion for us.
It's literally what me and my girlfriend were talking about. We were like, dude, you guys, they're not going to send someone wholesome and sweet up there, because no one's going to watch and no one's going to care. So every single year, they're going to be like, what's the most provocative, offensive thing we can do? And guess what? every conservative tweeted about it, and it was trending for how many fucking days now. So literally their plan worked perfectly. I was like, if you guys really want to boycott this, don't watch, don't post about it, and don't care. And then I posted something about like Marjorie Taylor Greene today, and everyone was like, not a patriot, unfollow. She's a retarded white trash bitch. She should shut up and not speak over anyone. I do not believe in speaking over presidents when they were talking, even if they are brain dead, vegetable idiots, like the current one we have. You don't do it. It's unclassy.
I agree with you. It's awkward. It's awkward. I don't like Biden. I mean, anybody who knows me knows I fucking hate Joe Biden, but he's still... You don't. It's awkward when you're just yelling over the president. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
You look like an inbred retard, which is what she is.
Yeah, she needs to go. A lot of these people, I mean, I keep saying the people that are still just rocking heavy with Trump are just as delusional as the people that hated him in 2016. Like, we need to move forward and get the fuck away from a lot of these people because it just makes I don't feel bad for the January 6th people. Do I think they did a terrible thing? No. Do I think they're morons? Absolutely. And I don't feel bad for any of them. They shouldn't have done that. As soon as I saw that shit on TV, I was like, oh, it's over for us. We're done.
Sorry, someone above us.
You just cut out?
It's like nailing into a wall above us, and it's very distracting.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and continue. I'm just going to call my building and cry.
What happened?
I'm just a bitch, and I like to just complain every chance I can.
Wait, what is happening right now? It cut out for 2 seconds, and now you're on the phone. You're like, this is distracting.
Hey, can you do me a favor? This is, wait, hold on. I have to pause this real quick. This is Emily in 3...
All right, quick intermission. Emily is calling somebody. I don't know who she's calling. They can't hear you. Nobody can hear you right now. You're absolutely muted. They're waving at me like, no, you're going to give out my information. Oh, they can hear me. Oh, okay. Well, I can't have dead air, ladies.
Well, okay. Thank you. Sorry, I don't want to go out there. I don't want to go up there because I'll have to fucking kill myself.
What did you just do? What just happened?
I called my front desk and I was like, whoever's above me is tapping and it's pissing Sir Waffles Wilson off, so tell him to fucking zip it so I don't have to go up there.
Yeah. You're like, look at him. It's really weird.
Emily, I can't tell if you're a genius or crazy. I think you're like right, like teetering on that line back and forth, you know?
For sure teetering on psycho autistic. I was literally sending, I was going through all my notes because I have the worst memory. So like when I write notes to myself on my phone 24/7. So I had like 800. So I was like, I'm going to put these all into a note on my computer so I can continue to write things and never look at them again. And some of the stuff written down, like you would, if you were a normal person and saw that, like I was sending screenshots to my boyfriend and I was just like, they used to put people like me away.
Yeah, I read some. It's like the Diary of a Sociopath.
It's like Unabomber's manifesto, but better.
Yeah, but I think that's a good thing because you have unique perspectives, and with that's going to come some seemingly what some people might say crazy, but I think crazy is these people that'll go and stand out in front of a building with a fucking sign in their hand and whip their tits out and start screaming in the air and think they're going to change the world. I think that's crazy. That's
nuts. It does nothing.
Like that's like the biggest form of nuts to me. So you're not crazy to me because you're like literally red pilled through and through in every facet of life. I mean, to where you see through the bullshit, and so it kind of brings out certain mannerisms in you that might make you seem crazy to the average person. But I don't think you're crazy. I was just joking.
I just don't lie. When you don't lie and you're actually honest like me, you actually seem insane.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, no way someone would be this honest, because what about what people think of her? The fuck do I care?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is really so relieving. I mean, that's the biggest advice I could give to anyone out there without like losing your job and burning all your friendships down is once you start just speaking the truth.
You talk like me, you won't lose your job and all your friends.
But you'll meet cool. Think about everything that's happened because you are being honest. You know, think about the connections you've made, the people you've met.
Cool shit.
Yeah, and those are the people that when you start talking the truth, like those people start congregating. I mean, that's how we met. That's how everybody cool that I know I've met because I've been speaking the truth. Otherwise, you're that fucking weirdo just sitting around listening to people talk about weird SJW stuff, and you're getting sucked into the misery of the world.
That's what I mean. Like, people who protest, it's like, dude, you would literally have to pay me to go to a protest because I'd be like, well, I'd rather be sleeping, first of all.
Well, they do.
Or
They do that.
I would literally be rather doing anything. So you have to be insane to be there because you are actually so stupid. You think by you showing up, you're doing something, which you're not. You're never going to do anything.
Yeah, protesting is absolutely retarded. I get shout outs to BLM or whatever, because when they were actually burning the city down, at least they were doing something. I didn't agree with what they were doing, but at least they weren't walking around in circles, yelling at air.
I mean, if you really want to do something and be famous, go shoot up a school.
Nah, don't do that.
Just kidding.
Then
that
they
was satire and comedy. So you can make a name for yourself. Just kidding.
Have you seen? I wanted to ask you: have you seen these AI girls on Instagram? Have you seen how they're making fake bitches now?
Yes, they blow me up like with like links of like, come and look at my ass, and I'm like,
no,
it's because I haven't seen this, but I would like to.
This is a whole new thing. So what they're doing, and I'm assuming it's dudes behind this, because deep fakes. How they've made deep fakes of like Joe Biden and whoever the hell else, all these famous people. So they make these deep fakes of not even real people now. They're just make-believe women, and they have Instagram pages, and they have followings, and just hundreds of thousands of followers, and then they have OnlyFans too, and these aren't even real people. And so you go and look at the comments, and you'll see, right, because this is what I'm trying to get. This is the new business I want to get into, where I'm just fucking have fake AI girls.
Into an AI and make it super hot and make it do porn, and then we'll all split the commission.
actually,
I think it's so funny because it is really hard. I mean, I'm very internet trained, so I can see it, and I'm like, okay, some bastards behind what's going on here. But I think it's really funny that in the last 5 years, girls have filtered themselves so much and airbrushed the fuck out of everything so much to where you can't tell the difference between a real human and a robot now. So somebody came along and said, well, I'm just going to make fake women and sell their nudes on OnlyFans. So somebody's making buku bucks.
What's crazy too is women now look like filters. Because I'll see, sometimes, Persian girls will get, shit tons of work done. You're like, oh, they look like anime characters. Then you see them in real life, and you're like, oh, fuck, dude, you actually kind of look like that. That's even fucking scarier. Yeah. And you're just like, you don't even look like a person anymore.
Yeah, I don't understand.
You already look like aliens.
Yeah, I call it the face. Did we already talk about this? The face? I feel like we've talked about this before. But...
No, but I would like to come on this podcast and single-handedly defend Leonardo DiCaprio. You keep fucking 18-year-olds. You are living the goddamn dream, you fucking American patriot.
I don't say, as long as they're, I don't know, I wouldn't dabble underneath 21, but I don't, yeah, why would he want to date some fucking 40-year-old that's,
It's the most frustrating thing. I'm like, you guys are just jealous. You literally want Leo to go settle down with some 50-year-old chubby, twice divorced mom, and you guys think that that's realistic. Everyone in his position would be pounding pussy nonstop. I've met him multiple times. He has been nothing but lovely to me. Obviously, I'm not 18, so he wouldn't be interested anyways, and I don't really like white guys, so we're good with each other. But it's crazy to me because I'm like, he wouldn't be in the tabloids. You guys wouldn't be obsessed with him. Why the fuck would he settle down? You don't even want to settle down. Let him fuck hot girls until he dies. He's living the dream. He's not hurting anyone.
Yeah, and then
and that's the thing. These girls are consenting. It's always, I don't know. It gets kind of this weird gray area because obviously grooming women is definitely a thing, but then also.
Private jets and give him sushi every night. He's not fucking grooming them. And also the same people calling him a pedophile are cutting fucking 10-year-olds' dicks off and fucking going to drag shows. So it's I don't really want to fucking hear it from you psychos.
Right. I mean, because as a guy, you sign up for the draft at 18. So it's if I can go die in Iraq at 18, some bitch better know if she's okay with getting on Leo's jet or not. Don't come out and be like, oh, fucking Chris D'Elia was grooming me when I was 19, or oh, Leo was groom. It's like, no, bitch. Like, there's soldiers right now that are 18 or people were storming Normandy when they were 17. You know what you were doing, bitch.
I think they're getting treated very well. They could literally just go get the shit beat out of them every night by some fucking thug or guy in a band if that would be a better, less of a grooming situation. But I don't feel bad for them. Like I said, I've met him. Seems lovely, and I think they're doing pretty fucking good. And if I was that age again, I'd probably hope to be in their shoes as well. So everyone just needs to back the fuck off and stop being jealous, because that's what I hate in this country. It's a country of haters. The left just doesn't want to work for anything, so they just want everyone to suck. They want everyone's lives to suck. That's all cancel culture is. It's like, I am a retard, so I'm not capable of enjoying things, so I don't want anyone to enjoy things. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm so over it. I don't care. I hope he jerks off to AI porn of 18-year-olds.
I mean, nobody ever hates a loser, you know? So that's the thing. Like, when you're starting to get nobody ever points out a loser. You know what I mean? When you're talking shit about somebody, it's somebody that's garnishing attention in some sort of way, shape, or form.
Again,
whether it's in their friend group.
Ain't that the truth on my comment section?
Hey, Rodney, with these AI porn pages, what's the deal with them looking like they're under 18? Is that still child pornography, or is that because it's AI not considered that way?
That's interesting.
I don't know anything about that, but I would think it's kind of like if you go and try to sell, if you go and sell fake pills and you say it's ecstasy, you're still going to get arrested for saying that you're selling ecstasy, even if it's not ecstasy or any drug, right? So if you're looking at kiddie porn, and even though it's not a real person, I think it's still you're still a chimo.
Still like a kid.
Okay, because I haven't seen all of them, and I'm just wondering like how far they're pushing it.
They're gonna push it.
They're going to push. I mean, I think that's what's next. I think that's the left's next motive, because where do you go after this trans shit?
Real children, so we're going to do AI children, okay? Because you fucking conservatives wouldn't let us fuck the real kids. We had to do second best.
Yeah, they got to settle for AI children. But I think either the next thing on the horizon is identifying as an animal or fucking kids. I don't know. It's going to split one of those ways. I'm not quite. I don't know where to put my money, but.
I hope all the new AI children look like Greta Thunberg.
That's very disturbing. Isn't she? How old is she?
Old enough.
Jade, you should know this. She's from your neck of the woods.
Jade's our producer. What? She just Googles it. She's from Seattle?
She's from Germany, right?
Oh yeah, she's German.
Fucking idiot.
No, she's like Welsh or something.
No, she's not. Right. Okay, well now I'm not on the Wi-Fi, so everything's slower because you guys yelled at me.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it.
Fuck you.
It's okay, all I do is
I'll be there in a minute, just wait.
We'll circle back.
Greta Thunberg is a Swedish activist. Okay? She is 20 years old.
I literally thought she was 12.
I don't know. I don't really know much about her. Like, I know her and Top G were getting into it, and I know she,
Oh. Those are questions you would ask, like, a 14-year-old.
Oh, God. I'll be on here for a minute.
How is she 20? I looked like a hot slut when I was 20.
Hang on, so how was her net worth?
I swear to God, her net worth is over mine. If it's over $15, I'm pissed.
She's probably pretty rich.
But one website says over $1 million. I believe that.
Yeah, that's Emily. I'm telling you, we are fighting the wrong battle. Like, we are smarter than these people, but at the same time, we're stupider.
I know we're dumb because we think we can fight them and like win or change anything, but then we're smart because we know we can't.
Have you seen The Boy in the Striped Pajamas? Have you seen that movie?
No.
It's giving me that vibe. Wait,
I just want to keep this here.
Don't show how dirty my screen is. Wait, let me find.
I just want to keep that here. Oh, what are we doing? 30?
Yeah, we can do 30. We can do whatever you want. I mean, this is kind of
Spotify, because I want to share with all my friends.
Bro, that's what I was thinking. That's the movie I was thinking.
I can't see it because it's too blurry right now.
It's the same.
I can't. Yeah.
I was gonna say something so bad. Never mind. Wait. Can you upload video with it or no?
Yeah. Well, the video is gonna go on YouTube, and then
this should be perfect for YouTube.
yeah, and then the audio will go on like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, all that shit.
I don't think I've crossed any lines.
No, you're good. All right, well, let's do this episode. Let's do this 30 so you guys can go out and do lizard people stuff. This was a good little test run of our equipment here because we have to do things remote because we are taking COVID precautions.
Oh my God, we're 6,000 feet apart just to be safe and save lives.
Yes, that's why we're doing this virtual is because of COVID. Don't get it twisted. All right, but everybody, be sure to rate, subscribe to the channels. Go and follow me at LordPetty_. Go and follow Emily at Emilysavesamerica. Go follow our producer Jade at, what is it? Who is Jade?
Who's Jade Warwick? Don't follow me. Fuck off.
Please sure rate and subscribe. Rate and subscribe.
Yeah. All right, girls. It's been a pleasure. Anything else you guys want to get in before we call it here?
Happy Black History Month. I celebrated last night. We went and had barbecue, cornbread, and we had a really great time.
Did you hear about that school where they were serving watermelon and cornbread and shit like that? Yeah,
and chicken, which everyone loves. It's a delicious combo. And if you don't like that, then I think you need to reflect on your own racism.
Where was it? Was that in Seattle?
I don't know. Wherever it was awesome.
Because that's just the most liberal shit ever, where they think they're being anti-racist, but in actuality they're just leaning into complete stereotypes and being racist.
That's what I mean. It's like sending kids to like relive like cotton picking to be like, look at us educate you, and you're like, can you not put the black kids in the fields? Can you just leave them in the classroom?
It's a middle school in New York, Nyack Middle School.
Oh, in New York.
I'm foreign. I'm pronouncing this wrong. They apologized after students were served chicken and waffles along with watermelon on the first day of Black History Month.
That's the best lunch of the year. Why don't they shut the fuck up and stop complaining?
I'm just going to say that lunch sounds fire. It sounds hella good. It's
literally the most expensive lunch they're going to get all year.
Yeah, I'd be stoked if I got that. Really quick, did you see that Trans Lives Matters, that they stormed the capital of like Buffalo or something?
It's okay if they do it.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Well, I saw the photo, and they were all severely overweight, extremely ugly. And I'm like, what are you storming the Capitol for? You guys literally have not only the same rights, more rights than any other group, and you're all fat and ugly, which makes me, I don't want you to have any. I don't like you guys. It's not okay. If the other idiots storm the Capitol and they're in trouble, you guys should have the exact same punishment. I don't know why you get to, like, get a free hall pass, but...
Yeah, why do they always look like that? One more thing. One more thing. God, now all the shit's popping into my brain. So did you see all the conservatives get outraged about the urinals at the airport?
What's going on there?
It's just the same thing as the Sam Smith thing. They were renovating a women's bathroom, right? But they were turning the women's bathroom into a men's restroom, and they were moving the women's restroom. So somebody saw them installing urinals in a restroom that had the women's placard outside of it, and then conservative social media picked up on it, and everybody started losing their fucking minds.
Yeah, why do they? I mean, they just care. They care about everything stupid. I'm not surprised.
So on apnews.com, it's saying that LAX airport is not doing that. It was a false claim.
Okay, shocker. So they got upset over nothing. They just look even dumber than before, and they've solved nothing.
That's Emily. I'm telling you, all these people, all of our internet peers, a lot of them are just clickbait fucking morons. And I can say that because I don't care. They're not doing anything for me. They're not doing anything for me, so I don't care. I'll call them fucking stupid. A lot of these like conservative influencer people, they're just looking for clickbait. They're trying to create outrage. They don't give a shit. Like, go get politically active if you're just going to sit there and
that's what I mean.
All the time,
The only one of all the right-wing people that I'm like, wait, I actually went into my local city council, went into my district, applied, and got accepted, and now I'm on the ballot. So I'm actually the only one doing something, and no one cares less than me, and even I'm doing something. But I'm like, posting online does nothing.
Do you even consider yourself right-wing anymore? Because I consider you honestly moderate. I just consider you fucking red pill,
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not even like a political side anymore. That's why I posted that thing earlier, because I was like, just know, like, if you align with any party, you're a fucking idiot. If you actually
100%.
think these people care about you and have your best interest in mind, it doesn't even matter if you're right. You are not smarter than someone who's left. Like, you're just both idiots. So yeah, at this point I kind of like tempted, like, I'll vote right wing across the board, the most right wing extremist till I die, just because like I fucking hate liberals. But like at this point I'm like, I'll probably just switch to like libertarian and just be a fucking sellout. I fucking hate libertarians too. They're idiots. They don't really have a backbone. But I'll probably just switch for now.
But see, I'm aligning more with the libertarians nowadays. And I remember the first time I ever voted when I was 18, I voted libertarian because I looked at it, it's like, oh, they like guns, they like weed, they don't give a shit. It's like fiscally conservative and socially liberal, you know?
Yeah, which is kind of how we are.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think if you look deeper into it, and I don't like how people say it's a waste of a vote. And they'd be like, oh, if you vote third party, it's a waste of a vote. Well, with that mindset, but I think it's more of a waste of a vote if I vote for some fucking lizard person on any side, or Donald Trump round 2, or another Bush era, or another Clinton era. Like I'm sick of all these people.
Kanye West, if he's on the ballot or not, I'll just fill him in.
Yeah, I just want the world to end, and I want Yeezy to be at the helm. I just want to go
down.
Yeah,
2024.
Yeah, I think about this shit.
Probably.
I don't know. We haven't heard from Kanye since like the last episode we recorded back in when was that? Like end of November.
Yeah, I'm worried. I haven't heard from. I'm not gonna lie. I will respect him though, because he was just recently seen just bawling out at Balenciaga, and I was like, God, I love people who don't let cancel culture affect them.
Well, yeah, isn't he all sorts of? Isn't he like on the board of Balenciaga, or was that his wife?
I'm pretty sure he like married like some chick from like a company or
something. He did have a secret wedding, but Kanye West announces 2024 presidential bid.
Yep, got my vote.
BBC website.
Easy,
I'm not used to having a fact checker, Jade.
You're a really good producer.
Yeah, you're a good producer.
You're like our Jamie to Joe Rogan.
I will do that. I don't know what it is, but I'll do it.
Yeah, it's charming too because you got the accent in the background.
I know we need the accent.
Like BBC.
Yeah.
The BBC.
Straight from the mouth of the lizard. You can trust it.
Right.
All right. What are you guys getting into tonight?
I mean, what are we not getting into?
All right. We'll leave it at that.
Just kidding. We're like shit. We're not. We're just like we got invited to go to a nice group dinner, and I might get a little frisky and have a glass of wine.
Oh, that sounds splendid. That sounds wonderful.
You'd actually be really proud. Since I met this one, I've been working out more, eating a little healthier, and on top of that, I actually haven't been drinking.
Really? Because Jade, you're the best friend ever. I know this has nothing to do with our degenerate of podcasts that we're trying to do, but Jade is my adoptive extrovert.
Literally.
Yes.
It's
I literally contacted him on Instagram. I was like, "You're hilarious. We have to hang out." And he was like, "Just letting you know, I have a girlfriend, and I don't want to cheat on him." And I was like, "Ew, I'm not asking you to fuck me.
Get off.
I want to hang out with you." And I was like, "Come on our boat and like have fun.
Come on our boat and molest children with us."
And he was like, "Oh, you guys are actually really fun." I'm like, "Yeah, I just collect people."
Yeah, now I have a bunch of friends because of Jade. Otherwise, I'd just sit here and scream into a microphone.
I mean, I'm going to do that either way.
Yeah.
So.
Alrighty. Well, I'm glad we got this podcast back on its legs. Let's keep her rolling. And all right, everybody, go follow us, like, rate, subscribe, and all that. Okay. All right, you too. Deuces.
I don't know how to. I'm stupid. Oh, never mind.
Bye.